Hello, today we will talk again about the game Cartoon Project, what it looks like now and how this game will look in the future. We are now in the garage, the main place of this game. Maybe we'll start with these smaller changes. For example, this reflector, now it is of poor quality, it does not look good, only the applied reflector texture cannot see what is inside. However, some of the developers probably noticed it, so the lights were changed to what they should be. As for the rear lights, they have already been changed and look nice, but I also have some reservations, namely, they should be more transparent. Should look like on this picture. As for the interior, you can see that it is not good quality, it is even unrealistically reflective, the textures are of poor quality. But the developers have already taken care of it, and in the newer version, the interior will look much better. Here are a few photos. Some of the interior elements are already in good quality, for example, these seats and the steering wheel. Just look at these textures. Just look how these materials look like metal, leather, material. It's just stunning. Maybe let's talk a bit about cars now, what they are and what they will be in the near future. For now we have 3 cars in the game, the equivalent of Volkswagen Golf, Mitsubishi Eclipse and Volkswagen Corrado. Golf is constantly being improved, they add more and more parts, improve the quality of textures, etc. The situation is similar with Corrado, they are adding more parts all the time, better texture quality, etc. While the situation with Mitsubishi is different, most likely this car will not be in the game, the rest you can see that it is in poor quality, this car is added only for game testing. But that's not all, another car will soon be added to the game that few people know about, which is the Nissan 350Z. I think it will have the most modifications, but it will turn out. That's all I wanted to say about cars. Now we're going to talk about car physics in Cartoon. The control is very strange and unergonomic. We turn the camera using the WASD buttons, and in theory the car is controlled by the arrows. To start driving you need to hold down the spacebar and at the same time press the up arrow, which is not comfortable and strange. But I think it will be fixed in subsequent versions of the game, and in options you will be able to set the car control using the AWSD. An interesting thing is also the speed limiter. The car can only accelerate to 50 km/h, but if you press C, there is no lock and you can accelerate to the maximum speed. As for the physics of the car is also strange, cars turn too much. Wanting to turn left and immediately to the right is like a delay, and the car turns right after not a whole second from when you press the right arrow. Besides, the car tilts terribly when turning. But this will also be fixed. In this video we can already see the improved physics of the car. Here we have several views from different perspectives. This perspective reminds me of GTA 4. Perspective from inside the vehicle. Rear seat perspective. Perspective from the engine cover. A strange perspective that in my opinion does not make sense. Third-person perspective. Now we'll talk about maps in Cartoon. In the version I have, there are several maps that are not connected with each other. In the newest or in any of the newer versions of the game, supposedly there should be one map on which all objects will be. Racetrack map. Map with maneuvering area. Map with an underground garage. On this map, I think that in the future developers will add drag racing. Now we'll talk about the paint shop and car painting in this game. Pay attention to securing the parts that we do not want to paint. Interesting, but also requires minor corrections. Pay attention to the texture of the varnish. It is very pretty and realistic. It does a great job. As for the painting itself, we have here a few tools, e.g. a pistol. An airbrush is also a polishing machine, and in the future there will be a tool for wrapping. In general, varnishing is very cool. It is satisfying and realistic, but it also has its problems. I mean varnishes themselves, their colors, some just don't work. Instead of painting, for example, yellow, they paint black, but also many colors are missing and often primary. There are a lot of colors in different categories, but many of them don't work, and colors in different categories are really the same repetitive colors. Note that matte colors have their own different varnish texture. Note that. And this is how polishing looks. It is insane. In any game I have not seen anything like that. It is simply excellent. It does a great job. It is also nice that you can not fully polish and it shows. You can also do your own painting. That's all I wanted to say about this game at the moment. I hope I will be able to make such materials from this game so that you know what will be added before the updates. The game will premiere probably on January 31st on Steam. This time I am saying goodbye to you. If you want more, go to Discord Cartoon Developers. Hi.